What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gray Rabbit Finance. I'm your host, Tyler, and today I'm going to be updating the Ichimoku technical analysis for all the major Forex pairs for the week of January 14th to the 19th, 2024. Let's hop in. Okay, guys, let's get started with AUD CAD on the weekly chart. And you guys know the deal. The pink flags are the pairs that are special for me this week that I will try to be taking trades on. The orange flags here are just ranging markets, so I won't be trading these this week, most likely. And the blue flags are the ones that I might be trading this week, so we're going to need to wait and see if we get the right conditions. So look out for the pink and blue flags. That's the good pairs, and let's get started here. So, guys, this is on the weekly chart. We have 2 out of the 3 Sanyoko Kyoten signals. So we have the gold cross, and we have the Chico span coming above the candles right now. So the next one will be the break of Senko span B. And so, guys, I'm expecting this to be an N wave up. And if we look at the daily chart, and I turn my drawings on, you can see on the daily we already have a bullish trend on this market. So we've been consolidating in this range recently, and we've had a nice touch and support here on the Senko span A. And so that's why I'm expecting a move up. And so I'm going to be looking this week. This is a special pair, so I'm going to be looking this week for the right conditions on the lower time frames. But if we can get a trade on this one, I will be targeting the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level. So yeah, guys, keep an eye on this one. And if we look here on the 4-hour, you can see that right now, price is in the cloud, but we could be breaking through Senko span B. So I'm going to wait and see the lower time frames this week, but that's what I'm going to be looking out for on this pair. And I think it could be a really good one this week. So keep an eye on that. Okay, AUD Swiss franc on the weekly. Guys, overall, this is just a ranging market, but it looks like we're about to get a gold cross here on the Ichimoku. So for me, this is going to be just a ranging pair this week. And if we look at the daily chart, and I turn my drawings on, you can see that, let me turn it off real quick again. So you can see that the Chico span has been tracing up and down over top the candles. And you can see that the Kumo cloud has been twisting a lot. So for right now, guys, this is just a ranging market, and I most likely will not be trading this pair this week. However, I do have a bias, a bullish bias, that we will find support in this area here, or even possibly retest this level and then continue back up. So, but until then, guys, this is just ranging. AUD Japanese yen on the weekly. So overall, guys, I'm bullish on this. We have a nice Kumo cloud structure here on the weekly. Price has retraced down and found support here on the Kijun-sen. And if we look at the daily chart, you can see that we've had a nice touch on this trend line here. And it looks like price is going to break out of the Kumo cloud soon. And so that's why I have this marked as blue. I'm waiting for price to break this 97.80 97.80 resistance level, not dollars. This is AUD Japanese yen. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. And then once we confirm that on the lower time frames, I might be looking to trade this pair this week. But if it's not this week, it could be next. So we're going to need a break on this resistance level, and then also the 98 level. And then that's going to confirm the trend on the lower time frames. But until then, guys, we're just going to have to keep an eye on this. Okay, AUD US dollar on the weekly. So we have a gold cross. We have the Chico span very close to becoming on top of the candles. And so, guys, overall, I'm feeling pretty bullish on this pair. I'm expecting this to be an N wave, and it looks like we're finding support here on the Senko span B. So if we look on the daily chart, and I turn my drawings on, well, just to see this bear, look at this nice Kumo cloud structure, guys. Look, we had 3 out of the 3 Sanyoko Kyoten signals, so we had the gold cross, Chico span above the candles, and now we had the price break out of the Kumo cloud, and we have a nice structure here on the Kumo, right? So this is a bullish trend on the daily time frame. And if I turn my drawings on, you can see we've had a nice retracement back down to this level here where we broke out of recently. So this became support, and I'm expecting price to head back up on an N wave. And so, guys, this is these time frames here in white are the Taito Suchi. And so we've had from this top to this top was 17 bars. And then I'm expecting this range and retracement to take about 17 bars. And then I'm expecting price to reach back up to this 1 Fibonacci extension level early next month in February. So that's going to be my target. And, but until then, guys, this is marked orange, and this is just a ranging market. So until we can get better conditions on the lower time frames, this is just going to be ranging. And you can see too here on the 4-hour chart that price right now is ranging below the Kumo cloud. So, we cannot confirm the trend on the lower time frame yet. So this is just going to be a ranging pair this week, and most likely I will not be trading it. Okay guys, CAD Swiss franc on the weekly. Overall, we've had a nice long bearish trend here. Recently we had a nice touch here on the Tenkan-sen. So, however, we do have the Kijun-sen flat. So there's a small possibility that we could see a retracement, but I'm going to tell you why I don't think that's going to happen. Because we've broken out of this support level. We've had a retest here on this N wave, and this is a P wave here. So let's go to the daily to see more. So guys, on the daily, let's turn that off. You can see that the P wave here, let me just draw that so you guys can see. So this is part of Ichimoku wave theory. So that's one line. And this, hold on. Let's get this one in there. So you see how this, I'm going to delete this out real quick. You see how this forms a P, like the letter P? So that usually breaks in the same direction as the trend. So this is a really good wave structure. I'd like to see, we have a lot of wicks, a lot of fighting between the bulls and the bears building positions. And we also had a recent breakthrough of the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen up here, right? So I'm expecting price to keep continuing down. And once it does break out on the lower time frames and we confirm the trend, I'm going to be targeting the 1.272 level first, and then hopefully eventually this level down here. But this is going to be the main target, and I'm expecting to hit that around the end of this month, and I'm expecting this pair to be looking really good this week. That's why I have it marked as pink. And you guys can see here on the here we are on the 4-hour chart. So we have this trend line here, and it looks like we're starting to break below that, right? So once we can start confirming the trend, and we get a N wave below this trend line here, and we get the Ichimoku trending on the lower time frames, this is going to be a really good pair to jump into. So I'm going to be looking for this one this week. That's CAD Swiss franc. Okay guys, and I really want to thank you for liking and subscribing. It really helps me and my family. So if you're liking this analysis, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm going to be doing this every week, so it will be good to see you come back again next week. And yeah, thanks for being here. And so guys, here we are. This is CAD Japanese Yen on the weekly. And overall, I have this as a ranging market this week, but I am biased to the bullish direction, and I do think we will break out of this range eventually and reach up to this level here at the 1 Fibonacci extension. However, if we look in the daily chart, and I clean this up real quick, you can see that we have a bearish Kumo, and we have price kind of just overlapping with the Chico, and this is just ranging right now. So overall, guys, this week I'm not going to be trading this pair until it stops ranging. Okay, Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Guys, I'm not going to say too much about this one. Looks like we've had a double top here. We have a doji forming here on the weekly. So overall, a doji candle, guys, in itself represents a ranging market because we have a lot of force from the people selling, and we have a lot of force from the people buying. And it squeezes the candle together to make a really thin candle body, right? So a doji candle shows us that the market is ranging, especially when it's on the weekly. And so I have this marked as ranging. This is an orange flag. And you can see that, we have had the Chico span overlapping the candles. Now it does look like we have this double top here, but we need to see if price breaks back below the Tenkan-sen or the Kijun-sen to confirm that, because we do have a little tiny bullish Kumo cloud here. However, I am biased to the bearish direction, And yeah, but until then, guys, until we get more confirmation, this is just going to be ranging or retracing this week, and there's not much of a trend for me, so I'm not going to be trading this pair. Okay, Euro AUD on the weekly. Now, guys, I have this marked as pink. This is a very special pair this week, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's start here. Let's build the thesis here. We have this trend line here, right? This was a nice trend in the bullish direction. But now, if you see, we've come back down below this trend line. We've come back up on this V wave, and we're getting resisted, right? So for what this is telling me so far, this is telling me, and also we have, if you can see this, we have a death cross here on the Ichimoku. And we also have this gray rabbit Gan line. This is a script that I developed, and I'm going to be releasing it later this year. I'm still working on some of this stuff, but I've had some people ask me about it, and so just to show you guys what I'm using here on these indicators. Hold on, let me. So I have a few of my own proprietary scripts that I've written. This is the gray rabbit slingshot, which is showing these candles lit up here in yellow and pink. And then I also have this script that I wrote for the Gan line. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I did have some people asking me about it. And so if anyone's curious, just know that I'm going to be working on more material about it, and to show you more detail about my slingshot strategy later this year. So stay tuned. So where was I? So we have a death cross here, right? We have the orange on the Gan line, and we have the Chico span below the candles, right? So this is showing me that this is moving in the bearish direction now. So we've had this support level now become resistance. See? Here's the resistance. And so we have this Gan fan drawn in, and now I'm going to take you to the daily chart. Now let's look on the daily chart, guys. Okay, so if we look on the daily chart, we can see we've had a really, really nice downtrend here, a nice bearish trend. This is a great structure for the Kumo. And we've had a nice retracement back to this former support level, which has turned resistance, right? And right now, guys, we're going to be looking, this is part of the slingshot strategy, but we're going to be looking on the lower time frames to confirm this N wave move back down, right? And so when I look on the 4 hour, you see we're still above this Kumo cloud, right? So we're going to need, obviously, for the conditions to change on this chart first. But until that happens, we just have to be patient. But we've come into a nice retracement zone. So now I'm thinking we're going to be hitting a reversal point soon. And so that's why I'm expecting price to reach back down here at this one Fibonacci extension level at 1.59470. And if we measure from around this level down to there, that's about 434 pips. So keep an eye on that, guys. This one could be a really good one this week. That's Euro AUD. Euro Japanese Yen on the weekly. Okay, guys, this is marked pink. This is a special pair I'm looking to trade this week. Now let's turn the drawings on. So you can see we've hit our recent carrots here that we called out the previous weeks. We've had a nice retracement back up. But if you look on the Ichimoku, we're starting to form a death cross here. We've got orange on the gray rabbit Gan line. And, we could be getting the Chico span below the candles soon. So we have a nice long wick on this candle. So that's showing me there's a lot of pressure, selling pressure pointing down. And so let's go to the daily. Let me turn my drawings back on. Okay, guys, so now you can see on the daily chart, we're starting to get resisted here at Senko span B, right? Now we're gonna need, let me just clean this up real quick. We're gonna need to confirm on the lower time frames, but I'm expecting, price to bounce off of these levels here and continue the N wave back down. And so, we have this trend line here, and then we have this come down, bounce on the Gan fan, back up, get resisted at this trend line and Senko span B, and then continue the N wave back down. So our first, this happened in 52, from this bottom to this bottom was 52 bars. It It was 72 days. And so from this bottom to the next bottom could be around the same if it follows the Taito Suji. So we're going to need to see that. But either way, guys, the first support was going to be this Ganfan line here. So let's measure this. So from right now to there, we've got about 250 pips. Then the next stop will be down here on this support level at 153. And that's about 554 pips. So I'm expecting that when this is all said and done, if this is an N wave like I suspect, here's the Fibonacci extension right now. Let's put that up. So I'm expecting at least to get a 1-to-1 move here, and that's where the carrot is. So right there, we can expect to get a 1-to-1 move, and that's what we're going to be targeting. So we need to confirm on the lower time frames the trend, but I'm expecting this to be resisted here at the Senko Span B and continue back down. And let's just take a look too. So, when we're on these retracements, typically you're going to have a bullish trend on the 4-hour chart. And so guys, you see this trend line here, we're going to need price to break back down below the Senko Span B. And that's going to build a better case and give us more evidence that we can use to confirm this N wave down like I was talking about. So keep an eye on that one this week or next week too. This is going to be Euro Japanese Yen. So I think it's going to be a really good one once the conditions are met. Okay, Euro CAD on the weekly. This is a ranging pair. I'm not going to say much about it, but I'm going to show you here. Looks like price is getting supported here on the Senko Span A. And if we look at the daily chart, you can see that price right now is inside the Kumo cloud. And so guys, when price is in the Kumo cloud, typically that means that price is in the middle of a ranging market. And so I usually typically avoid trading anytime the price is in the cloud on the daily chart. So just FYI, if you see it on the daily chart, most likely I'm not going to be trading that this week. So that's EuroCAD ranging market, and I will keep you guys updated once I see better conditions on this pair. Euro Swiss franc on the weekly. I have this marked blue. I'm waiting for this to take off on the lower time frames. But if you see on the weekly, guys, we have a nice bearish trend. We had a long consolidation period here, and now we have price starting to break this support level and retest the previous level. Now, let's go to the daily and get a little more information. So guys, I have a bearish bias on this one. Now, you can see we broke the support level. Now it's become resistance. And so I'm expecting some more consolidation this week. And that's why I have this marked as blue. This could be another week of consolidation, but I am expecting price to eventually break down and then reach this level here. This is the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level, and that's based on this N wave here. And that's from price right now. Let's measure that. That's about 153 pips. So more or less. So I'm expecting this to break down, and I'm going to be looking to confirm this on the lower time frames and hopefully get a trade going this week or next. So yeah, you can see right now, guys, we are on in the cloud on the 4-hour chart, and we have a little bit of a bullish Kumo cloud twist. So this is still ranging on the 4-hour. But yeah, guys, keep an eye on this pair. We need to wait for the breakout. It's marked blue, but that's Euro Swiss franc. Okay, guys, now this is Euro British pound on the weekly. And now you might notice something strange. I have this marked red. And so that's because I actually have an active trade right now on this pair. And so I'm short right now on Euro British pound. So if I mark this red or green, that means I have a position either long or short. And so right now I'm short. And so I'm going to tell you why. I had all the conditions met for my slingshot strategy. And so I executed a trade last week, which I posted on YouTube on the community. So you can check out the entrance there. But basically, I've been holding that for the whole week. And my first target is going to be here. So I'm expecting this. I was expecting this to be an N wave, right? And this is also an N wave here. So, the first level resistance is this trend line that we need to break. But I'm targeting right now down here at this one Fibonacci extension level. And so that's going to be the 0.84987 level. Yeah, so that's what I've got going on right now with this one. It looks like we have a bearish Kumo. We have the Senko span A is pointing down. We have the gray rabbit Gan line also orange. So this is coiling up, showing me that this could be a potential N wave down. And we do have the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen about to death cross. So that's also a good sign. We got resisted up here at the Senko span A. And if we look on the lower time frame on the 4 hour, we have a nice healthy down bearish trend here. We had some consolidation and it looks like we're about to break this support level here. So if you guys want to check out my trade, check it out on the YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting all my entries that I take for the slingshot strategy. And I'm going to be posting them to the community tab on YouTube. So check that out, guys. I'm still holding this position, and I'm looking forward to taking some profit soon down at these carrot levels. So wish me some luck, and I'm not sure if I would, I'm not going to say whether or not to jump into this trade or not. That's up to you guys. It might be a little bit late, but depending on your style, you might still be able to catch some of this move down. So you can consider it. I have it marked red because I'm short right now. Euro US dollar on the weekly. Okay, guys, so you can see that we've started to get some support on the Senko span A. Now, this Kumo cloud structure is still too small to confirm anything, but we have price back above the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. And on the gray rabbit Gan line, we have a blue showing, so this is showing bullish. And so right now I have a bias towards the bull side. We also have a doji candle here on the weekly. Hold on, let me just clean that up again. So this is showing me that we are getting support here again on the Senko span A. Now, if I go to the daily, you guys can see that we have a nice trend already on the daily, but we've had a retracement back down to the Kijun-sen here. This was around the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. So that was a nice healthy retracement back down. And so I'm expecting after this is finished consolidating here, I'm expecting this to continue back up. And I'm waiting for this resistance level here to break. This is 1.10173. And the target, once we confirm on the lower time frames and enter a trade, the target would be up here around this 1 Fibonacci extension level. But guys, I have this marked orange because I'm expecting this to continue ranging this week. And so until we confirm on the lower time frames, and you can see here, this is why, if I look on the 4 hour, we have price underneath the Senko span B and inside the cloud, and we're still waiting for the bullish Kumo to form on the 4 hour. So until we can get more confirmation on these lower time frames, this is just going to be a ranging pair, and I most likely will not be trading this week. Okay, here's a special pair this week, guys. British Pound AUD. Here we are on the weekly. Now, I want you guys to notice something. I have the chart real clean right now, but look, here we can see Death Cross Ichimoku. We have Chico span below the candles, right? And now we've had this consolidation here, right? And now we have broke support and we're retesting this level. So this support level has become resistance, and I'm expecting price to continue back down. And our next target will be around this really flat Senko span B level here, which is at 1.85886, right? So let's look at the daily. Okay, here we are. Here's the daily. So guys, look, just take a look real quick. So we have this trend line up, right? The bullish trend up. Now, this momentum changed. Now price broke back down below the Senko span B. We had a consolidation here. And now we broke that support level and we came back up to retest the Senko span B, right? And so this is part of the slingshot strategy, just the concept of it. So just think about it. So if we can confirm that if we know that this is possibly going to be an N wave, we're going to be able to start looking on the lower time frames to try and get in a nice position here. Because look, we have this trend channel line, we've hit off this Gan line here, and we've retouched on the Senko span B, And so this is going to bounce us back down. And my first target, I guess you could call it, would be this level here. So that's 1.85886. And so if we measure from where we're at right now to there, that's about 480 pips. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, remember guys, I told you when we see a retracement, usually the 4-hour chart's going to be bullish, right? And so we do have the 4-hour chart bullish. So we're going to need to confirm on the 1 hour and the lower time frames the bearish trend back down in this direction. So that's going to be the tricky part. But I hope this gives you guys an idea of the concept behind the strategies and the concept of the way I'm thinking about this. That, usually these levels we bounce off of, right? And these Ganfan lines, it's kind of like a pinball machine, right? The ball keeps bouncing from the bumpers back and forth, right? So right now we're in this is our pinball machine. So we bounced off of this one, and now we're going to bounce off of this one, right? And so I'm expecting us to, and since we know we have this bearish trend with the Kumo cloud, it's a good probability that we will bounce back down in the direction of the trend. And so that's what I'm looking for. I hope that makes sense for you guys. But yeah, this is a special pair. I'm going to be looking out for this one this week and next. So keep an eye on that, guys. That's British Pound AUD. British Pound Swiss Franc. Guys, this is ranging. I'm not going to be trading this one this week. I talked about this the previous times. These Kumo cloud structures are very odd, and we're just kind of stuck in this weird range here. And on the daily chart too, we're starting to get a little bit of a bearish Kumo cloud here. But this right now, I'm not going to be looking to trade this one this week. So until anything changes, this is just ranging. So I would stay away from this pair. Okay, British Pound CAD on the weekly. Guys, this is a ranging pair. We have the Chico span overlapping the candles. We had a death cross and a gold cross on the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. But it looks like we do have some bullish divergence. So we are getting supported here on the Senko span A. And we still have a bullish Kumo cloud here. And let's look at the daily. But so here on the daily, guys, you can see that price is pretty much, it's just broken out of the Kumo, but it's basically been inside of the Kumo for the past days, and this Kumo cloud is still too small. So we're stuck in this range right now between this resistance level and these support levels here. But I am expecting this to be an N wave to at least go back up and retest this resistance level here, which is the 1.73 level. And now if we can break out of this range, the target could be up here around this 1.76267 level. But until then, guys, this week, I'm not really seeing anything that's showing me that this is setting up yet. But until then, until we can break these resistance levels here, the 171.469, then we can possibly start looking at this pair. But this is British Pound CAD. So perhaps next week this is going to be a good one. So I'm going to keep an eye on that and keep you guys updated. Okay, guys, British Pound Japanese Yen on the weekly. So the Tenkan-sen, the Kijun-sen, Senko span A are flat. Senko span B is slightly up. So overall, right now, guys, we're stuck between this resistance level, 188.666 and 178.340. And if we look on the daily chart, you can see that the price is in the Kumo cloud. We have Chico span overlapping the candles and the Kumo cloud twisting. So guys, really, this is just a ranging pair this week, and I will most likely not be trading it. Okay, British Pound and US dollar on the weekly. Now, guys, so we have this trend line here drawn in. We found support on the Senko span A. However, we have a death cross, and we have the Chico span right now just tracing up the candles. So I have this marked as ranging. That's because we have a really weird Kumo cloud structure here, and we have a death cross. So if we look at the daily time frame too, you can see that recently, we've broken through the Kumo cloud. So we had 3 out of the 3 Sanyoku Kyoten signals, the bullish Ichimoku trend signals. So we had the gold cross, Chico span above the candles, and we had price break the Kumo cloud. But we are right now in a range. And so if you look at these dotted pink lines that I have drawn, guys, this is called a Y wave. And in Ichimoku, this is a very dangerous wave to be trading because it produces a lot of false breakouts. And so what do I mean by that? Well, so this used to be here. This used to be the resistance level here, right? And then this candle broke out, and same with this one, to catch people at the top of this range, thinking that price was breaking out and going to continue up. And then it reversed very sharply back down to the bottom of this range here. And so it's kind of like, well, let me see if I can make my hands like, you see how it's shaped like that? That's the Y, right? And so it just keeps giving you all these false breakouts. And so that's why this Y wave is very dangerous, because it's pretty easy to get stuck in a false breakout. And so that's why, long story short, that's why I'm probably not going to be trading this one this week, because it's, in my opinion, it's ranging in a Y wave. So until we can get better confirmation and really truly break out of these levels with an N wave up, this could be pretty dangerous to trade. So I'm just going to try and avoid it. So, okay, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, weekly chart. Guys, this is mark ranging. We have price above the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, but everything's flat. So Tenkan, Kijun, Senko Span A, Senko Span B, all flat. We're between this resistance level 91.52 and the support level 87.706. Now, on the daily, we have broken through the cloud. It looks like we're getting support on this trend line here. So overall, that's bullish. But we have, recently we had the Chico Span overlapping the candles, and we don't really have a strong structure here on the Kumo cloud. So it looks like this is just going to be a ranging pair this week, and I will not be looking to trade it. Okay, USD CAD on the weekly. So guys, overall, I am bearish on this pair. Now let me show you why. Let me turn my drawings on. So we had this trend line here, right? We've had price break the Senko Span B and come back up and retest the Senko Span B again. So I'm expecting this to be an N wave down. And let me go to the daily so you can see it cleaner. So here on the daily, you can see that we've had a nice, we broke the Kumo, right? We had the death cross, Chico Span below the candles. We had a nice break of that trend line, and now we're retesting it right now. So this is the trend line here, this dotted pink line. And you can see that price has just come up and it's gotten resisted up at that level, right? And so I'm expecting this to be another N wave down. We haven't quite touched this level yet here. And so that's, I think that's where the liquidity is at, in my opinion. And so we have here in these white time cycles, from this bottom to this bottom was 18 bars. And so we could possibly see this N wave reach down here around the end of this month. So this could be a good area to keep watching for the break back down below the Tenkan-sen here, and to confirm the conditions on the lower time frame. So here we are on the 4 hour. So we have a little bit of a bullish Kumo cloud here. And so once we can break back down below on the lower time frames, we can confirm this N wave down like I have drawn. And our first target will be here at the 1-to-1 Fibonacci. Hold on, let me fix that. Sorry, guys. At this 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level, which is the 1.30018 level. And from the current price, that's about 407 pips. So this, I'm waiting for the breakouts and confirmation on the lower time frames, but USD CAD is looking like a good pair in the next week or so. So keep an eye on that. USD Swiss franc on the weekly. Guys, overall, this is bearish. We've had a nice downtrend so far. Now, if I turn my drawings on and go to the daily. So on the daily, we had this trend line here. We broke down through the Kumo with 3 of the 3 Senyoko Gyukoten signals, the bearish Ichimoku trend signals. So we had the death cross, Chico Span below the candles, and then price break the Kumo cloud. And once it broke, it just kept going on this N wave here, right? And so I'm expecting this to be another N wave. We've had a nice retracement back up, and we're having still a consolidation in this period. Now, from this low to this low, we had 17 bars. And so I'm expecting from these 17 bars, once the consolidation breaks, it's probably going to break within these 17 bars here. and then we're going to reach down to this level here, probably by the end of this month, early next month. And I'm going to be targeting the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level. And from the current price right now to there, we have about 571 pips. So this could be a really good one. Let's wait to confirm on the lower time frames. Here's the 4-hour. And so we're going to need, this is a little bit bullish, but it looks like it's about to twist again in the bearish direction. So keep an eye on the lower time frames, guys, and let's see if we can find a good trade on this pair. That's US dollar, Swiss franc. Okay, guys, last but not least, US dollar, Japanese yen. And just want to say thank you guys for liking and subscribing. It really helps me and my family. And thanks for coming back each week to watch the analysis. I really enjoy doing this for you guys, and I hope it's helping with your trades. So just to keep it real simple, we're on the weekly chart. We had a top form here, and now we had another top form here, right? So that's a double top. Now we have price retracing deep back down towards this Senko span B, and now we're having it come back up and get rejected here at the Tenkan and the Kijun Sen. So for me, it's looking like we're going to have a death cross soon on the weekly chart. And we already have the gray rabbit gone line here showing that the market has turned bearish on the weekly. So I'm expecting the death cross soon, and I'm expecting the Chico span to get below the candles. And if we go to the daily, you can see on the daily, we've already, hold on, let me draw another trend line here. So here, let me keep it consistent. So we had this trend line here. We've broken through the Senko span B, and we've been on a bunch of N waves down, right? So this is the very beginning of a trend forming on the bearish direction. And we've had a nice retracement back up to Senko span A. And so this was back up to the 0.618 level. So I think now is going to be a good time to start looking for the entry, and hopefully we confirm this N wave back down to this one Fibonacci extension level. And now let me just fix that. So guys, right there, where the carrot is at the 136.992 is where we're going to be targeting. And from this current level to there is about 776 pips. And I'm going to be looking for this to be reaching down there around early February. Now, on the 4-hour chart, it's still bullish, okay? But you guys are starting to see a common pattern here with these pairs, right? So on the retracement, it turns bullish. So we're going to need to confirm on the 1-hour time frame and lower that the chart is trending back down in the bearish direction. And that's going to give us a good entry and a good chance that we reach back down on this N wave. So keep an eye on that, guys. This is going to be a blue pair for this week, possibly a pink one next week. So keep an eye on this. This is US dollar, Japanese yen. And now, guys, let's move into the news and all the data being released this week on the Forex markets. Okay, guys, starting on Sunday, January 14th, this is Swiss franc. We have the World Economic Forum meeting at Davos. Okay, I won't say much about that. We have on Monday, we have January 15th, that's the Euro Industrial Production, Bank of Canada Business Outlook for CAD, New Zealand Dollar Business Confidence, NZIR. For quarter 4, Swiss franc, we got the World Economic Forum in Davos, which we mentioned before. I guess that's going to be a 2-day event, or it might be the whole week. Let's see. AUD, we got Westpac Consumer Confidence. And then I'm going to just go through the high impact ones now. But you guys can check all this out if you want. This is called fxstreet.com, and the link is going to be in the description below. So we have Euro Harmonized Index of Consumer Prices for December on Tuesday. That's a high impact. Watch out. British pound claimant count change. I think that might be the unemployment rate in England. We got the ILO unemployment rate also on Tuesday for the British pound. We have the employment change for British pound. So anything employment related is coming out on Tuesday for British pound. CAD, we have the Consumer Price Index core for December. And yeah, so that's all that. This is the Chinese yuan. We don't trade that, so I'm not going to mention. British pound on Wednesday, January 17th. CPI, Core Consumer Price Index for December, Consumer Price Index for December, and then this is just Consumer Price Index news again for December for the British pound. And then what else? We have US dollar retail sales on Wednesday, January 17th also. US dollar retail sales control group for December. And then we have AUD unemployment rate for December. And we have the AUD employment change for December also on Wednesday, January 17th. And Thursday, not much going on. Friday, January 19th, British pound retail sales for December. And US dollar consumer sentiment index also on Friday, January 19th. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this analysis. Let me know how your trades are going. Let me know what pairs you're looking at this week. And if they match up with the pink pairs that I have on here or the blue ones, let me know. I'm curious to see everyone's sentiment. And yeah, guys, thanks for being here, and I'll see you again next week. Peace.